52, welcome back. So we spoke to the union, DEMAWUSA, with regards to some of their listed demands and their, idea of what's actually happening currently with regards to the negotiation. Let's bring in now metrobus, and we speak to Goodwill Shiburi. He is the marketing and communication specialist for the city, metrobus as well. Thank you very much indeed for coming through. Let's get a sense of what's currently happening on the ground now. Have all bus services been halted?
For the sake of security for passengers and drivers, we're not operating any service today.
Right. So some of the demands you've heard from Mr. Makura, salary progression. Let's start there. He's saying that you guys are being selective. What's your response?
Look, that is not correct. We're not selective in any way. We are a fair employer. The demand, salary progression, that's the one that you want us to talk to. Look, DEMAWUSA is a minority union. They have limited rights. They are actually punching above their weight. But there's one interesting issue that I want you to look at. Metrobus had an agreement in 2014, which was championed by the one and only Dion Makura. The employer has spent millions of rands to stop salary progression at metrobus. People who are supposed to benefit on this that he's demanding now are the same people who benefited in 2014 on salary progression. Here is the agreement. It's called Lesedi Agreement. You can see this is yours truly, Dion Makura, that signed the same agreement. I want to take...
This is from 2014?
This is 2014.
So just tell us what this agreement entails.
This agreement is about salary progressions.
Right.
So instead of progressing employees based on the number of years that they have worked, the shareholders spend millions in paying employees lump sums to do away with salary progressions. So I'm just saying, I want to take Ntate Makura serious as a negotiator. But in this case, we cannot be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This agreement is still in effect. And I'm saying if we are to be taken serious as an employer, there's certain things that we should stick to. This is the salary progression story that everybody signed and benefited. We cannot tomorrow come back and say, no, we need to look at salary progressions.
So is salary progressions from Metrobus's point of view off the table?
It is off the table.
So
and also, they don't have the rights to demand salaries. We have majority unions at Metrobus. There is Imatu and SAMU. And there is collective bargaining council and agreements that we have.
But Mr. Shiburi, I mean, being a minority union, they still have rights as well. They still can voice their concerns.
They have rights, yes, but administrative rights. When it comes to salaries, there is an agreement already in place with majority unions, and we cannot act outside the agreement that we have.
What about the other demand about getting offices in the depots?
Look, getting offices at the depots, the other unions, they do have offices at our depots. But I want to draw you to one important issue of limited rights. The rights that they have, DEMAWUSA, they got them last year in June. As to be able to come to Metrobus offices and canvass, get members, register members. They are a minority union with very little number of employees that they represent.
From your point of view?
I don't have the numbers off my head, but it's a very small number. So they're punching above their weight as a union.
But they seemingly have clout because you have stopped the services of Metrobus services in Johannesburg.
Look, we cannot guarantee the safety of our passengers. We cannot guarantee the safety of our drivers. But here is the key issue. In the morning on Monday, the day of the strike, look, DEMAWUSA has the right to strike. It's their constitutional right to go on strike. But they do not have the right to intimidate employees.
They have just denied that now. Mr. Makura has just denied that now.
Look, the people woke up on Monday and came to work. The SAMU and Imatu employees are at work as I speak to you. Without intimidation, we are able to operate the service. We can operate the service at over 90%. And that is what we intend doing. We should reinstate the service within 24 hours. Whether we have an agreement with DEMAWUSA or we don't have an agreement with DEMAWUSA, we've got plans in place to make sure that we run the service.
But what would have changed in terms of the intimidation within 24 hours?
This is the issue that we currently doing. There is a meeting with DEMAWUSA. It was supposed to start at 9. But apart from DEMAWUSA, we're not going to sit and watch the situation. We've got 11 million passengers annually that we must ferry on a daily basis, between 30 and 40,000 daily. So we're not going to sit and watch the situation deteriorate. We're putting plans in place to make sure that at least the service resume.
All right, so they say they are not intimidating. You say they are. Progression, salary progression is off the table. That's one of their main concerns and main demands. This all means that commuters are going to be suffering for the next couple of weeks.
If we sit and watch the situation deteriorate, yes, but we're not going to do that. I'm saying within the next 24 hours, we should have our service back. And that is with or without DEMAWUSA.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are quickly running out of time. Are you going to go to court to stop the strike, interdict the strike?
Look, we have various options and we're exploring all options available to us.
All right, Goodwill, thank you very much indeed for coming through. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
That was Goodwill Shiburi, City of Johannesburg, metrobus marketing and communications specialist joining us in studio. We're going to take a quick break. I'll get you more news at the top of the hour. Stay with us.